Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's episode, we're going to be going through LinuxHub Prime. This is my distro, at least the one that I make, and I'll put it out there for you guys. So every month there's an update on Arch Linux, and in this case, there was an update to Archinstall. It's updated to version 2.8.2. So what I've done is I've recompiled the ISO, and I've added the new Arch ISO. Not the Arch ISO, the Arch install script. I've updated it to 2.8.2. That way everything will work without a problem. Because I noticed that there was an issue with some of the signatures from the old Arch install script that were causing some errors. So I had to update the Arch install script to version 2.8.2. So I got it here up in a virtual machine. So for those of you that are new to the channel and have not heard of LinuxHub Prime, well, this is it here. So we're going to go through the installation and I'm going to show you LinuxHub Prime. All right, so on the first one that you get right here is a warning because I have multiple desktop environments on my system. And right here, these desktop environments require you to have knowledge of them. So this is just a small warning letting you know that if you install one of these desktop environments, then it's going to assume that you have knowledge of these desktop environments, and that way you install them at your own risk. All right, but I'm going to click on proceed, and then this is where the normal installer looks. So you get all the options for the desktops right here. So we have OpenBox, Awesome, Budgie, BSPWM, Cinnamon, Deepin, Gnome, Hyperlin, Mate, Plasma 6, Qtile, XFCE, and Custom. Custom is just a virgin Arch install script. No edits whatsoever on there. So it's just like downloading the Arch ISO basically. So it's just a custom, so you would have to build it yourself. All right, so I'm going to run through the OpenBox installer since that's my chosen desktop. That's what I like to use. So this is the example we're going to use right here on this video. So on the installer, you got to enter our user info. So I add my username. I'll just leave it as hub. Give it a password. And then auto login, I'll leave it as yes. And then select AUR helper. I'm going to select all of them. And then select Arch install method. You have two options. You have minimal and full. The full is going to open up all of the options for Arch install. Minimal is going to leave it to minimal, just what's required. So I'm just going to leave it on minimal and click on OK. All right, and this little message right here just tells you that you're about to install LinuxHub Prime. It tells you what desktop you're going to install, and pretty much thanks for trying LinuxHub. So we'll click on proceed. And from right here, me living in the US, I have it set up to my local area. So if you need to change these options right here, for example, the language, the mirrors, and the locales, then you will do that. But I don't need to change those because they're custom to set to me. So there's no reason for me to change them. Only thing I have to change is the disk configuration. And right here, I'll select partitioning, and then I'll use a best effort, and then I'll go to the drive I'm going to install it on, and then I'll select ext4. And then would you like to create a separate partition for home? Yes, it's selected by default, but in this case, I'm going to select no. And then I'll go back. And then I'm going to set my time zone. And then just click on install. And then hit enter one more time. And that's pretty much it. It's going to go through the installation now. So what I'm going to do right now is I'll pause the video as I usually do around this point. And then when we come back, we'll reboot into LinuxHub Prime. All right, so we got a new message right here. It says installation is complete. You may now reboot into your new system. So we'll go ahead and click on the reboot button and reboot into our newly installed LinuxHub Prime. All right, and the system is now rebooted, and this is the OpenBox desktop on LinuxHub Prime. And what has appeared now is our control center. So for the control center, you can update your core repositories. So we'll do that now. Just enter your password. It'll update and upgrade everything that needs to be upgraded. And then also from right here, you have a button right here where you can back up your system with time shift. So if you click on this, enter your password, it'll open up time shift and give you options so you can go ahead and back up your system. And then the third button right here is build a customized Arch respin. This is what my system does for you. It allows you to build a customized Arch respin of your system. So if I click on this button, it's going to open up another dialog, which is going to get to the LinuxHub builder. So right here, what you have to do is select the desktop that you installed. In this case, I installed OpenBox. So I'll click on OpenBox and then it'll start. And from right here, you got your Prime Builder. This tool will guide you along to create a customized Arch Linux respin with your desired custom settings. Click on continue to get started. So you just click on continue. And then from right here, you can set your themes. You set it to whatever you want. Say like for instance, I want to set it to Arc. Click on apply. And let's say if I wanted to change a icon theme also, let's say it's something like that. Click on apply. And then from right here, you can set your wallpaper. So whatever wallpaper you want to use, you can set it here. For the sake of this video, let's say I go with, we'll just go with this one right here. Click on apply and close that. And there's another button right here to edit panel. You can edit the panel if you want to, or if you want to leave it the way it is, but you can't edit the 10.2 panel. So you would open this, and from here, you can just edit it to whatever your heart's desire is. All right, but I'm just going to leave the panel alone. I don't need to edit it. Then I'll click on continue. So from right here, enter your desired distro name below with underscores. So I'm just call this test distro. All right, enter your desired grub menu entry. So from right here, this is what's going to come up on your grub window when you boot into the system. So I'm just putting test distro. And then enter a name that will display on your installer panel menu button. So this panel button that they're talking about is for the installer, because all of the installers use OpenBox. So right here where it says Prime, you can actually change that to whatever you want to say. So I'll just put custom right here. And then enter a host name for your custom respin. So, and it says all lowercase and no spaces. So whatever name you want to give it, you would just enter it there, all lowercase and no spaces. And then it says, click on the link below to edit the required images to your desired look. It will open the images with GIMP so you can edit them any way you like. So what this is going to do is going to allow you to edit the splash screen, the control center screen, the installation screen, things like that. So these three images basically right here, you can just edit them however you want to edit them. You can put an overlay on them. You can put new text on them to say whatever you want to say and just overwrite the files. But I'm not going to do that for the sake of this video because I've done it. There's plenty of videos of me doing this already. So you can just go through my videos and you'll find them. So I'll just close that. Click on continue. And right here, there's a button that just says build your ISO image. You just click on that. It's going to open up a terminal. You just give it your password and it'll build your ISO for you. And you can see right here, it says test distro, which is the name that we gave it, but whatever name you give it is going to show up right here. And then it'll just go along and do its thing. All right, so while this is like another 10-minute process, 5 to 10 minutes, so I'll go ahead and pause the video right now. And when we come back, we'll take a look at our created custom ISO. All right, and once your ISO is completed, you get this message right here. It says a backup of your ISO was created at your home folder. Your respin is in a folder called output. And there's a button right here where you can open up your folder where you got your ISO. And in this case, here it is right here, test distro 2024, August 17th, because I did it today. All right, so this ISO, you would copy it over to your system. And then you would have your own custom respin. I have plenty of videos showing how the respan would actually look and how the installer is basically pretty much the same, except for you won't have all the options for all the desktop environments. It'll be whatever desktop that you chose to make it for. All right, but there's no need to go into that. I'll link to a video showing other rebuilds that I've done in the past. All right, so I'll go ahead and close this down, click on done, and click on finish. All right, so as I mentioned before, this is the LinuxHub Prime. I did install the OpenBOS desktop environment. I have plenty of videos of me showing this right here. So this is just basically an update because Archinstall upgraded to 2.8.2 from 2.7.1. And it was giving me some errors on the 2.7.1. So I updated it to 2.8.2. So now it's all working flawlessly. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and upload this onto the server. So by the time you guys watch this video, it'll already be on the server. So you can go ahead and download it if you want to download it, play with it, test it out, you know, give me some feedback on it. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. And I'm out.